I'm recording. What are you gonna say?
Hey, all right. So hello.
YouTube voice.
Hey everybody. Hi there. So it's Colin Kirkpatrick from Fresh Shrimp Productions. Behind the camera we got Andrew Moore, the other half of Fresh Shrimp Productions. And today we're at Chick-fil-A. Why are we at Chick-fil-A? Well, it's our 100 subscriber special. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna order 100 chicken nuggets and we're gonna eat them in front of the camera. So let's get to it. Hi. I'm recording him, yes. Basically. About his life, yeah. I was trying to see a little live.
This is gonna be a weird order.
You're good to go.
How many chicken nuggets do you guys? That's the limit. Yeah, because I need 100 chicken nuggets. Okay.
Or do you want to individually?
I mean, that's gonna equal 90, but sure.
Is that what you want?
I just need 100.
So you want me to ring you up the cheaper way?
Yeah, whatever's cheap.
Yeah. We have 120.
120.
Because there's a 64 count and then the 121. And that one's $58.
All right. We can get 120 and then give the extra 20 to someone else, like maybe Kenji.
Okay, what's the 100?
Would you like so you get free like
Sauce.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Chick-fil-A sauce.
What was your cover story for the cashier?
I said that it was my brother's birthday party, and she said, "Oh, he's a Gemini." I'm like, I don't know what that, I don't know what that means. Let's go for it. Yeah, we just.
Well, yeah. Now we wait.
We bought fucking $62 worth of chicken. Gonna fucking kill myself.
And we're back at my house now. Well, yeah, because the video is gonna start with us at Chick-fil-A, and then we're gonna be all right. So we're here now with the. This is actually 120 chicken nuggets, so we're gonna have to count as we're eating, or else we're gonna overeat and we're gonna die. Yeah. But yes, we've got our chicken nuggets now, and let's dig in.
Okay.
You got your sauce? Yeah. Look at the size of the bottle of sauce because we got the 100 chicken. Here, I'm just gonna start eating.
They gave us a shit ton of Chick-fil-A sauce.
And I've got water here, my Los Pollos Hermanos mug.
So. 100 subscribers special.
100 subscribers. I'm very happy that we got that milestone. And that was something I've been waiting for a while. We are kind of like a month late though. We hit it like a month ago. Finals week, okay? Finals May was a very busy month for us. We had a lot of stuff going on that month, but we're just happy to be here now, celebrating it all. I'm very happy that the channel has been seeing so much success lately. Like, only a year ago, we had like, what, 20 subscribers?
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
There's a lot this year too.
What?
The channel's been around since like
2017, but we didn't really start doing much of videos until 2021, which is, that was sort of when I figured out that movies was something that I wanted to do as a living. I think he did too. And so we were like, shit, we got the channel. Let's just start. Oh, god damn it. Let's just start making movies. Yeah.
We should have done 100 shrimp.
Dude, I would have gotten so sick if we did 100 shrimp. I can't eat shrimp like you can, dude.
But
Okay.
you know, like the channel now, shrimp.
Oh yeah, a shrimp. Yeah, no, too bad. Too bad. Maybe 200 subscribers.
200.
We'll eat 200 shrimps, but we'll see. Maybe if there are 1,000 shrimps, who knows? That would probably cost a lot of money though. Oh, we don't roll ads in our videos. That's a good part. We don't roll ads.
So, what the fuck are we gonna do now?
Okay, well, first of all, can we not swear in our 100 subscriber special, please? Let's keep that regulated to the movies. But I guess upcoming projects. What have you got, Angel?
I'm working on a movie. We're gonna film it in not even a week. More action stuff because I do like making action movies.
He loves doing his fight choreography.
Yeah, that's the focus right now. After that, though, it's really up in the air.
And in terms of your projects, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got a twofer. Well,
As of what you want to do,
yeah, because I got a couple projects lined up as well. I think first off, if you've been following my Instagram a while back, I posted a poll about doing a Nerf War movie. That's still gonna happen. It's still gonna happen. I want the Nerf War movie to happen. So I adore Nerf War videos. It was a big part of my childhood. And then the second project, which I'll confirm right now, found footage horror. I know we just did Weekend at Mark's, and I can promise you,
well, I wasn't that horror?
it wasn't horror. No, that was comedy. That was just funny. But I'm gonna this found footage that I'm gonna be working on. It's gonna be scary. There's gonna be some scary stuff, so be on the lookout for that. And then, obviously, we're going to be entering college soon in about the next year.
They're gonna be in college.
So, the channel might slow down if we're going to be wherever we're going to end up. Depending on if it's whatever film school, the workload they're going to have on us. But
How about non-movies, Colin?
non-movies.
What are we gonna do with the channel when we're not making movies?
Thank you for introducing that. Because we're going to start doing some non-short film content on this channel as well. Starting with that, I think around October, I'm going to be doing a Mike Flanagan tier list, ranking all of Mike Flanagan's, oh god. I'm going to be doing a Mike Flanagan tier list, ranking all of Mike Flanagan's projects in the last, more than a decade. Yeah. I spent all of May watching his movies and taking notes. Working on a script right now. If that video does well, there may be more tier list videos in the future. What about you, Andrew?
I don't know. If I feel like it, if I want to just talk about like a movie or something, I might just make a video. But I don't have any like specific plans, but I am interested in making things that aren't movies.
Yeah, like what?
Alright, so
Movie reviews?
what I really want to do is just like have a mic and like don't have a script. Just like talk about like whatever movie I want to talk about. You know?
If we get to a point, we start doing live streams.
No live streams.
Yeah. Where so many, I think, what do you think about this? This is my house that we're at right now.
All of our locations have
I've been either my house or his house. I think, and nearly every inch of this house has been filmed. Chef Louis was the kitchen, and then the atrium. Family Part 2 was the pool, the atrium, the den, and even the bathroom back there. And the front yard. The zombie yacht was the garage and the laundry room back area over there. And then
Yeah,
if people go back, what?
Haven't filmed much on the house I work on.
Mm.
We filmed Deep in Air.
We filmed Debonair there, and then we filmed at your house. We filmed Debonair, and we filmed Against All Odds, and that was it. I mean, I like your house. I think your house is a great location.
Exactly. Maybe that's something we should do differently in upcoming projects.
I mean, your project we're filming at your house, the one that we're about to do at you, so that's going to be another one at his house. I do want to start finding new locations, though, definitely. Because it's getting kind of tiring filming at the same two houses.
New actors
And new actors, too, yeah.
crew members as well.
I don't know if you saw, but in Zombie Op, there were some new faces on there that hadn't seen the channel before. Some have, but not for a while. Like Max and Tyler, I had them like way back in Fat Albert, but I hadn't done anything with them since. So I wanted to incentivize having leads other than me and Andrew in the movies, because it has been me and you as the leads for the last couple movies. I was the lead in Fat Albert Part 2. He was the lead in Debonair. Then I was the lead in Chef Louis. And he was the lead. I was Chef Louis, yeah, and then he was the thief in Against All Odds. But yeah, so in our next few projects, we're going to incentivize having new actors, filming in new locations.
Yes.
His movie's going to have a couple of new faces in there. And as I said, I already brought in a couple new faces in Zombie Op. Ethan Canto, I want to work with him again. Ethan Canto is a lovely guy. He is so funny. He is so talented too. I think he gave the best zombie performance besides Andrew in that whole movie. And Jace too. Jace was the
The zombie at the beginning.
but he was the zombie at the beginning that had the knife in his head. And he's been really interested in working in projects with us. So I want to get him involved in some of the future things I have lined up. Yeah. Are you full? Yeah, I keep eating. You gotta keep eating though. You promised me you would.
Okay.
When I'm editing this, I'm gonna play like loser music if we don't
Give
eat.
me a minute. I need a... Dude, when I was a kid, chicken nuggets were so fucking good.
Man, I think they're so pretty good.
No, oh my god.
I don't have it very often, so.
I need like water to like.
I need some more water.
I need a chaser.
Here, you can go some more water. I don't care.
I'm gonna go get some more water.
Alright. Get some more water. What a pussy! He couldn't finish his nuggets without more water. What a pussy!
Dude.
I know it's a challenge.
I've been trying to like count.
Did you eat
calories,
breakfast
too.
today?
I did eat breakfast.
You shouldn't have.
I had a very delicious breakfast. Okay.
What was it?
There was an egg and bacon sandwich with and sourdough.
Where was it from?
Homemade.
Jam!
Oh my god! I've been trying to eat healthier. And this shit is
Killing you?
ruining my digestive system.
Oh, you agreed to it.
But yeah, 100 subscribers special. Should we go down? Should we rate our movies? Should we make a tier list right now
Right now.
of our movies that we remember?
Sure, I guess. So, I think at the bottom. Wait, so what are we counting in the list though? Let's make criteria. So, Battle Part 2, Debonair. It's gonna be all professional production. So the ones that we sunk actual money into. So, Battle Part 2, Debonair, Chef Louis, Against All Odds, Weekend at Marks, and then Zombie Op. Those 6 movies is what we'll include. So, yeah, I think
Fat Albert Part 2 is the lowest.
that's the lowest, definitely. Yeah, we had a lot of fun making that, but technically, it's pretty shit.
I'm not very proud of that movie.
Remember the fight scene?
Do you remember that?
Roll the clip. Roll the clip. Yeah.
That was my first ever time being in a fight scene. And
You choreographed that,
I didn't
yeah.
know what I was doing. And then
I still think the bit of us getting thrown in the pool was like the best thing.
Cool.
Okay, so bottom of the list, Fat Albert.
Whatever, part 2.
I think
That ever part 1 still number 2.
we're not including that though. I think that was like we filmed that in a GoPro in a day. We're not. That's not kind of.
We filmed Fat Albert 2 in a day.
Wait. You want me to give some trivia about Fat Albert Part 1?
Go for it.
So it's one of the first videos on our channel we recorded back in 7th grade.
Our first ever movie.
Yeah. There's a shot. Where I am approaching a door and opening it at the very end, and that shot was not recorded. We recorded that movie mainly at Dawson Ball's house, but
Yes.
that shot was not recorded at his house. It was actually recorded at my old house that I lived at before this house. We were living in a townhouse, and it was like ankle down shot, and I was wearing like tennis shoes and socks, but other than tennis shoes and the socks, I was wearing underwear and nothing else. And so I was like barely, I was almost naked in that filming that one shot, but no one would ever know that until just now when I told that. Yeah, but we're not. I said we're not including Final Part 1. Honestly, for me, I would put Debonair below. No, actually, I wouldn't. Debonair, I actually like some of the stuff in there. So I think next is Debonair.
Cool stuff.
But Debonair's next because the lighting in that movie was so shit.
It was bad. But it's good in some parts.
It's good. It's like good in some parts though. But other than that, we did not know how to shoot at night, and so everything just you couldn't see anything in that movie. And so I think if it's a movie where you can't see anything, like that's not a good viewing experience. I put that below Fowler Part 2 just because it's a terrible viewing experience for anyone who can't see jack shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think right now it's lowest is Debonair, and then Fowler Part 2.
That movie, did we film Debonair in one night?
We did.
That was I remember that was fun.
That was a fun night. Because remember, I actually came on that night. I had to come straight from a Course concert that I was in, and I was wearing my tuxedo. And there's in the credits, I'm credited as the well-dressed corpse because I was wearing that tuxedo. I'm like, oh, what if there's just a corpse in the middle of the road that is wearing a tuxedo? I honestly, that's a movie I'd be if that's a movie that once we get better materials, I'd love to go back and remake because there's a lot of. I just love the concept of it. I just love to expand on it too, like the monster in that movie, and you know when I open the door and I go,
What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing out here? Don't you know what tonight is? Tonight is the night.
and it's like, what is the night?
Oh no.
Yeah, and then yeah, but
we were so like tired.
we were so tired during
were
that.
so exhausted.
We didn't get to do the blood on Kenji because we were scared of the rules because we were that we actually made that film for a film festival at our high school that we go to, but they were like no blood and gore and it has to be just under 5 minutes, and me being the goat that I am edited it to be exactly 5 minutes, so I'm a goat when it comes to editing like that. But yeah, if those stupid festival rules hadn't gotten in the way, it probably could have been a lot better. Like we could have
Nobody followed the rules.
and nobody followed the rules except us too. That was so annoying. That was because I didn't go to that festival, but you did, and you told me all about it, and I was like, what the hell? So all our decisions were pointless. Now what would you put next? Next, I would put Weekend at Mark's. I think
actually quite like Weekend at Mark's.
I like it too. I think it's funny as okay, the pool vacuum's acting up, but
I think that's our funniest movie. Personally.
I think it is one of our funniest movies, but it did have a pretty shit production, not gonna lie, because we wasted a lot of our time when we were supposed to be filming because Dawson got sick. We had a lot more we wanted to do there, and we never got to do it. And so I think the flow of the movie is really weird because you spend like the first half just getting there, and then we kind of rush through everything else once they got there.
When we get there,
It spends so much time setting up the characters, and then they get and our original idea was because the characters they go into Indian Point Ridge, and there's like chemicals in the water that turn them crazy, and our original idea was going to be there was going to be a lot more, like so many more scenes showing the slow descent to madness.
Yes.
But we ran out of time to film, so we didn't get any of it. So we got like one scene before with the shrimp, and then immediately they were full on crazy, like insane people. And I'm still very proud of that. That whole, like we had 2 different cameras going at the same time.
We couldn't use the other camera because the footage got corrupted.
Yeah, the foot in that scene. No, I'm talking about in the last scene.
The last scene was very cool.
The last scene was very cool.
We filmed that the first night there. We filmed
it the first night there.
So the first day we were filming stuff and we really didn't know where we were going. So
we left really late. If we had left earlier, we probably would have had more time to film stuff.
There was a bunch of shit. But anyways, the first night that we filmed that scene and we spent a lot of time choreographing it because it was one shot. I don't know.
It was a one take, yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like a one take
because we're switching between the cameras, but we promise you it is a one take.
It was cool. We recorded the two. We had 2 cameras and.
I had one, and then Drew had the other.
And we cut in between them, and it was really funny. I thought that was the funniest thing ever, and everybody agrees.
Yeah, we need to get Drew in more of our shit. Yeah. He's only been in one of our movies.
He was going to be in that one that I was making, but
then they got one that got canceled. Yeah. Fresh Shrimp Lore. He was making a movie actually recently before I made my zombie movie, but then some issues occurred and we had to cancel the production entirely, which is when I swooped in and got my zombie movie done and made. Yeah. Anyways, so Weekend at Mark's, I just wish we had been able to have more time to develop it. I still think it was really funny, and I don't really feel like the found footage angle was that genuine, but it was still really funny. That's what I'm telling you. Like, going back and watching it now, I think like one of the funniest things was when we were in the restaurant. I threw the ice cube at you, and then Dawson picked it up and ate it, and I just was like, "Cheers to that."
It was fun. Yeah. And that we had the most out of every movie.
I think
we made,
the most
had the
fun.
most footage.
The most footage.
There's so much footage.
He
that
spent
was
like
not in it.
majority of spring break editing it. Actually,
I did spend all of spring break editing it, and there's just so much stuff that just didn't make it in because I put so much in already.
Yeah, because we filmed so much just in the drive up. Like, we did a lot of stuff in the drive up.
Yeah, we got a lot of those.
It was so funny, dude. The funniest thing when Jay came up and he was like, "Well, do I film with this?" He's like, "It's a fucking phone charger."
That was genuine.
I know. That was genuine rage.
No,
Drew got
his question was genuine.
His question was genuine. How do I film on this? And
then,
Drew was genuinely angry too. He saw that. He's got so angry, and you can actually hear Dawson. He loses his accent.
I'm recording all of it.
This part right here. I can't figure out how to start it first. Can you start it first? Just start it.
Dude, this is a fucking phone. That's a phone charger.
Dude, are you a dumbass?
Dude, that's a phone charger.
Dumbass?
Dude, that is a phone charger. This is a phone dock. That's a wireless phone charger. That's a wireless phone charger,
So I'm
Jay.
not supposed to record this part?
How the fuck are you gonna record with a wireless?
Yeah, if you listen closely, we lose our accents a lot.
Yeah, no, there's actually one scene where Drew literally goes, "Okay, keep the accents. All right, ready." At the very beginning.
I thought that was fun. That kind of worked well because the whole thing about Drew's character is he's like trying to like create like a visual and shit. Yeah. So it's kind of funny for me to be like, "All right, guys, keep the accents," when it's just these like normal fucking dudes.
Okay, well, I guess so. Our tier list so far is Debonair, Shout Out Part 2, Weekend at Mark's. Now this is gonna be tough because these next 3 movies are movies I all like equally. I don't know. Well, we gotta think about this. Oh, I can't. I'm done eating the nuggets too. If you want to stop.
What are the movies?
So Chef Louis, Against All Odds, and Zombie Up. I think I would put Zombie Up next, not because it's bad, but because it didn't. It didn't have this. I think because it was a lot shorter and it was a lot easier to make. Because I think there's a lot of fun, like with movies like Chef Louis and Against All Odds that had a lot longer production times. Dude, Against All Odds especially. We'll get into it. We'll get into it when we talk about it. But Zombie Up was a movie that I made in retaliation to how long it took to make Against All Odds. I thought, let's make something that's 5 minutes long. It will take like a day or 2 to make. I originally wanted to film it in a whole day, but that wasn't happening. But I think my favorite part, I just love that movie so much because the two leads, Max Schrader and Tyler Brown, they just have the best chemistry, like on screen, and it helps because obviously they're really good friends. Like I'm very grateful to be friends with them because they're really talented actors, actually really talented singers too. They do a lot of singing. I think Max Schrader, he sung the not the Pledge of Allegiance, the Star Spangled Banner. He was at some football game. I saw it.
That's funny.
On social media. He did a pretty good. He's just a really good like singer. He's got a really good voice. And he's going to Barcelona for college. He's a senior, or he just graduated, so he's going to Barcelona to go and study theater there. And I think that's kind of crazy. But yeah, no, Max and Tyler are just so fun to work with. They were in Fable Part 2 as the villains, and they were fantastic. And they were just fantastic here. I think I might make a behind the scenes video because there's a lot of like outtakes because they were just goofing off so much, but it was so funny. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd include some footage right now or not, but it was a very fun production to be on too. Like I also had some great makeup on, like some surprisingly good makeup. I had it from Leo Cronley, he was our makeup artist on Against All Odds as well. And then there was a scheduling error, so I brought on Leo Whiting, who is someone I know from school, and she, God, I could not believe she was actually doing that for makeup though. Like that was really crazy. Like she had like boils on Andrew's head. He was a zombie, and like cuts on. We brought in someone, Parker Mathern. We brought in Parker Mathern, and Ethan Canto. He was the one that had his neck getting chewed out. That looked so good. And Parker Mathern had like a giant gash in her face. Like Leo Whiting, really talented makeup artist. Like she's just so good. And I also like really made it too. Having zombies that actually look genuine. I was debating with Leo if we should do contact lenses, but I realized that'd probably be really annoying for like you and the other actors.
I'm chill.
I don't know. Contact lenses, it could be really annoying from what I hear. I've never done it before, but I hear they can be annoying. And the whole thing with Zombie Opposite, I tried to cram in a lot of zombie references in there. Like, for example, there's the continuous use of the Goblin music Zombie, the track Zombie, which was made for Dawn of the Dead, but it was then reused in Shaun of the Dead in their montage scenes. And since majority of Zombie Op was like montage scenes, I was like, oh, I gotta use it in there because I love Shaun of the Dead and I love Dawn of the Dead. The whole movie is like a big love letter to like zombie media that I like. Like for example, all the zombies had distinct sounds from different zombie media. Like there was the zombie that sounded like a Minecraft zombie. I used the Minecraft zombie sounds. The zombie that he played, it was the Call of Duty zombie sound effects. And then I had Parker Mathern's zombie was Left 4 Dead.
What the fuck?
This is the Left 4 Dead zombie effects. And then Ethan Canto's zombie was the Resident Evil 2 remake. And then the reference I put in there was when Tyler hits Andrew with the tennis racket. I filmed that exactly like a shot in the original Night of the Living Dead. When Ben, the main character Ben, he goes and hits a zombie and it starts bashing his head. And I filmed it exactly like that. And then I got this feedback from Vivian, but the two main characters are kind of like idiots. They're pretty stupid. Would you agree?
In Zombie Op?
And the Zombie Op, yeah.
They are stupid.
They're really stupid, but I think Max and Tyler just sold it. So I brought in, that was part of our goal to bring in new actors. I brought new actors for that. Tyler and Max are definitely people I want to work with in the future more. Ethan Canto too. We ran a Leo Whiting. We found out she's really good at makeup. I'd love to bring her back for something in the future. And Parker Mathern and Ethan Canto, those two were fantastic on set as well. It was a nice change of pace, especially since not having me and Andrew have to direct and act at the same time like we had in our previous movies. But yeah, Zombie Up goes in third place, and so shit.
I think
Now this is difficult because obviously I want my movie be first place. You want your movie be first place. Against All Odds versus Chef Louis. We're at a standstill here.
I'm thinking. I think your movie is better than
You do?
I think Chef Louis is a solid.
Okay, well then here, talk about Chef Louis now. Then, if we decide that's in second place.
Chef Louis was really cool. That was like the first big movie that we made. Like, yeah, because like everything we made before then was really unprofessional and very like just being like guys.
In the moment, spur in the moment.
Let's just film some random thing. And Chef Louis was like this. I like it was the first time I like wrote a script, and the first time I like planned everything out, and the first time like I really directed anything. And it will always be in it'll always have a special place in my heart because of like how amazing it was working on that and how beautiful it was like bringing it together. Of course, you're like thinking about it, it's really dumb because it's supposed to be dumb. I think it's funny. There's a bunch of puns and dad jokes, but I think that's really funny. I think like something like Weekend at Mark's is like way funnier, but still, it still has like some sort of charm. And originally I was going to be the, I wrote myself as the lead, but then I decided last minute
It'd be too hard.
It'd be too hard, and also I think Colin would be a better lead.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad I got to be the lead.
Colin here, and he did absolutely terrific. It was amazing. That was also me doing a fight scene.
For the first time.
Yeah, for the first time.
A good fight scene though, because
the one that
we don't count the we don't count the Fat Albert one.
When I actually knew what I was doing now,
Yeah.
and I researched and figured shit out about how to make a fight scene.
I still love the bit where I grabbed Lemonhead Fred's corpse and shove it in Kenji's eye. That was just so. That's like actually like really good. That was just really good direction because you think he's going for the knife, but he doesn't. And he gets the lemon. Like that's actually like signs of really good direction.
I really like them. The only thing that I can think about in that movie is how that one scene where it zooms in on your eyes is a little weird. And also it starts off a little slow. Everybody when they tell me that they watched it, they're like, "Oh yeah, I watched it."
Yeah,
And
it was
like,
pretty slow.
I had to stop it, and I'm like, "Wait, like, where did you get to?" And he's like, "Oh, I watched like the first 1 minute."
Oh yeah.
Because the whole thing's about subverting expectations.
It starts out the weird.
Yeah.
I think that I would agree that scene kind of drags on a bit.
Everybody says the same thing about.
And then
once the dudes come in and bust down the door,
it just gets like because you weren't expecting that. You wouldn't expect that at all.
Yeah, you kind of get like attached to it, and you're like, what is going on? And that's my favorite stuff to do. I like to make these really wacky, weird like things are just happening, and you're like, what is happening? It like intrigues you in a way. Anyways, another little behind the scenes is the Caesar, the guy who I played.
He was supposed to be played by someone else.
Originally gonna be played by somebody else too.
What was it with Owen?
Owen.
Yeah.
Owen was supposed to be Caesar, but
He
Owen
had
could-
work, right?
He had scheduling issues.
scheduling
He could not come over, and we were sitting there, and I'll just be like, "All right, I'll do it." And I'm kind of glad I did it.
Because I got the waterboard show.
Yeah, because I feel like if I was directing and I was just making this poor man, my friend, that's never been in an action movie before, get waterboarded and shoved in an oven, I feel like I'd feel really, really bad. So I'm happy that I was the one who had to get waterboarded and get brutalized the most.
Yeah.
Because it's my movie. Like, I'm totally fine doing that. It's just, I just start to feel bad when, like, I'm putting others through, like, my thing. But yeah, how long did it take? I remember it was
That was like 2 weeks. It took us. That was 2 weeks production because it was during the daytime, and honestly, you were pretty tight with it. I'm not gonna lie. You did a really good job with scheduling and all that. Like, we were in and out on filming days, just getting it done.
There was that one day. There was a hurricane.
Was a hurricane? Was there a hurricane?
There was a hurricane one day.
There was. I don't
There
remember
was
that.
hurricane season, and there was literally a hurricane outside.
And we were filming.
Charlie came and picked me up and drove me through a hurricane to your house. Because I remember this. It was the weekend that we got back in school, and it was the Monday. But that Monday was canceled because of the hurricane.
Oh, we used that to film.
So I'm like, all right. I'm like, you guys want to film? And everybody was like, sure.
Yeah.
So we drove through a hurricane to get to your house. Just to get to your house, and Kenji,
Couldn't make it.
no, he fell asleep.
He fell asleep?
Remember, he fell asleep, and we kept FaceTiming him because he was like, I'll be there. But
He kept falling asleep?
no, he fell asleep, and we kept FaceTiming him, and he wouldn't wake up. So we just sat there, and we waited for Kenji for like 3 hours in a hurricane.
It wouldn't have been, I don't think it would have worked out anyways because of the hurricane.
No, we finally got there, and we filmed in a hurricane.
We did?
We filmed in a
What did we
hurricane.
film?
I think dialogue scenes. Oh, and the behind the scenes of that movie is great too. I think that's the only movie that we've added.
That's the only, you added that. I honestly, I think that was a bit unnecessary to add the behind the scenes. I could, see here's the thing, behind the scenes, you have to go through all the footage again, and you have to pick out the funniest moments. Like, there were so many funny moments from Zombie Op and Against All Odds that I can pick out and turn into behind the scenes things. I might do that one day. Yeah, Chef Louis. I loved being Chef Louis. I'm not gonna lie. I gave my own to the performance. I don't think I did like the best, but I think I did like really good there.
You did really good. You and Kenji.
Dude, there was this one part.
Jackson
And the shot right after Chef Louis has been killed. No, not Chef Louis. When Lemonhead Fred gets killed, and zooming in on my reaction, Kenji, he goes,
Too far. I went too far? He's in here making turduckens! He's a criminal! Dude!
and I had to turn away from the camera because I started laughing because that line was so funny. Like, I basically started laughing, and then when I cooled myself down, I turned back around, I started going like, ugh, getting like really angry.
That movie made me realize that I think me and Kenji have really good chemistry.
Dude, of course.
But that's the movie that got canceled. Me and Kenji were gonna be.
Yeah, you were gonna be villains again, right?
Yeah, we were gonna. It was basically Chef Louis again.
It was, he was trying to take, you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything about that movie because you might end up making it someday. So I'm not gonna say anything about it, but it would have been cool. That's all I'll say.
There's a lot of swearing, which I think is funny.
And there was only one like instance of swearing in Chef Louis, right? When I say shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the waterboarding scene. We had to film that twice because the first time that happened, I was cussing the whole time. I was saying, "Fuck you, you little bitch," and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then Angie was like, "Colin, your character is supposed to cuss," and I'm like, "Oh, whoops." And so we had to do it again, and we had to. Angie was already soaking wet. We had to do it again, and I had to go and shove it in his face again. And this time I was like, "You flippin' burger!"
Yeah. It sucks because the first waterboarding scene looked better.
It did look better. Dang. I messed it up. You could have just like replaced the audio though. You think?
This was the first movie I made.
Yeah. Lol. He didn't have any editing experience. Screw him.
But yeah, I don't understand. Like, do you not go through the clips and you see funny moments? And you're like, that's.
I do, but my movie is already like. Whenever I'm doing this, I look at my runtime. The runtime's already long enough as it is. Like, Chef Louis was already about as long as Against All Odds, and then it's longer because you put it in behind the scenes. And the behind the scenes are funny. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like you should make that a separate video. Like, I can't promise I'm ever gonna release behind the scenes for any of my movies, but there are some funny behind the scenes, especially Tyler Max's Zombie Op. That was so funny. All right. So I guess do we want to talk about the number one on our tier list?
Against All Odds.
Against All Odds. Okay. That's probably like my best creation yet. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of how it came out. There's so much about that I love. First of all, I started filming it the minute I quit working at Spirit Halloween in November. And that was the longest production we've ever done in the history Fresh Shrimp production so far. We started filming in November, and we wrapped filming in January. That was 2 months of filming, and then I spent all of February editing it, and my amazing guy, I had this musician doing a score, Zaid. Holy shit, dude, Zaid is just, he's really talented. Like, I think that was like the best score in any of our movies.
Yeah, well, we didn't make. That was the first movie
That we had an actual professional score with, yeah.
Score, yeah.
But God, he did so well. Like, I just want to let me take a moment to thank him, because I don't think that movie would have been nearly as good as it was without that score that set it apart from anything else we've made. You don't need to eat anymore. Stop. You don't need to eat anymore.
I do.
No, he did. Okay. Okay, anyways, Zaid, as I'm saying, his score really made that movie. It was an amazing score. I think every track in that was a banger. I spent majority of February awaiting him to make that, and it was worth it, I would say. And I'm glad I had it done by March. I think I had it done on like March 1st, like the first day of March is when I dropped it. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna have to look at it again. I don't remember when I released the other movie, but yeah, it was a long and grueling production of this movie that took several months, and compared to all the other movies that take like a couple days to film and then a couple days to edit, no. Because the whole issue is that this whole movie had to be filmed at night, and you don't have much time to film at Andrew's house at night before you have to leave. So, you know, we would spend a lot of time. We'd get there at like 5, and then we'd sit around for a couple hours waiting for it to get dark, and then we'd get a little bit done, because another difficulty with the movie is that it jumped locations around all over your house. Like, we went all over his house. We were on the first floor, then on the second floor, then we were on the third floor, and there was a lot of like figuring out the how to do a lot of the effects as well, like figuring out how it's all going to work. Like, originally, in the scene where Charlie, who's playing the Smiley in the Smiley mask, when he gets hit in the face with a weight and he goes tumbling down the stairs. I don't want to try to do that stunt himself, but then Reason came in with all of my cast and crew, and they were like, "That's not gonna happen. We're not gonna throw someone down the stairs." And so then we went and we got the dummy, which that dummy, I threw it away. I threw it away like 2 months ago because it was just so tattered and broken. I'm gonna get a new one though, because those dummies were, that dummy was just priceless on that set. We used him when we threw Dawson over the stairs. We used it for that, and then obviously when Charlie went tumbling down the stairs. There's a lot of stairs stuff in that movie. Like, people go down the stairs a lot, but like, I always find myself when I'm watching that movie. I always find myself going back to the scene with Dawson, you and Dawson fighting, because I think that was like my favorite part of the movie. I think the choreography there was really well. He did the choreography for that scene. And I think the effect, well, kind of obvious, is still pretty good. Like, people like, this is, I showed this movie to a room of professional filmmakers when I first released it, like actual like people that make movies for a living, and they actually were all like really impressed with it. Like, they all had like a visible reaction to the scene when Dawson snaps his neck falling over the stairs, and that was like the proudest moment of my life when I had all these like professionals telling me that they really liked that movie. And I'm actually going to show them Zombie Yop. The next filmmakers meeting is coming up. But yeah, there was just, against all odds, dude. I also learned a lot, like, editing on that movie too. I had to learn a lot of tricks there with editing. It went through so many cuts, like, seriously, because I would always be touching it up and making sure everything flowed into each other. Like, there's some small like mistakes that only I know because I edited and filmed it. Which, by the way, I was not in that movie. I was only in that movie in a voice cameo.
All right, laddie, on the ground, nice and neat. Hands in the air, punk.
Hands in the air, where I can see them. I didn't appear in that movie at all, and I like that because I don't like, I don't know, I don't like acting and directing at the same time. Do you? Do you?
I think it's chill when you get a minor role.
When you get a minor role?
That's what I've been, like, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know, I find it pretty difficult to do that, especially on Fat Albert. Fat Albert was difficult.
It's just, fucking action movies. It's, I don't know if it's just me, but I get so scared, especially when, because I don't have any like professional stunt actors at my disposal. At our age, that's just not something.
Yeah,
that
so
just get.
we have to use dummies or ourselves.
We use our friends who don't know anything.
Yeah.
All they know is like my 30-minute like, hey guys,
This is how you fake a punch. Yeah.
And then I just have to like. It's just so scary to let go and just like hope that nobody hurts themselves. And when you're a part of the action scene, it's so much easier to work with them because you're like a part of it and be like, hey, I'm gonna do this. And you gotta,
Yeah. Well, I think we were really good. You were also really good as the lead in Against All Odds because I'm really glad that I casted Andrew in the lead because obviously it was his house, so it was most convenient to have him as the lead since he lived there, and it wasn't someone that might not be able. There was so many scheduling errors when we were filming that. There was only one shoot. There was only one day in the 3 months that we filmed it that we had the whole cast there, like the whole cast there. Every other day, one of the cast members was missing on some sort of thing. I don't, whatever it could have been, but yeah. Which is also why I voiced 2 cops at the end of the movie, because I was desperately trying to find someone. I couldn't find any more actors. I couldn't find anyone else to do the cops, so I had to do 2 different cop voices. I did normal cop voice, and then I did some Scottish-Irish accent thing, which I pulled out of my ass just randomly. Like, I didn't even plan to do that. I pulled it out of my ass, and I think it went over pretty well. Would you say that went over really well? I did a lot of I did a lot of, like, tricks, because we couldn't get any actual police cars, so I did, like, police sirens and, like the car stopping sound effect and all that. There was a lot of tricks I had to do to make that movie work. Oh, the lighting in that movie was a beast in itself. Like, you can see in a lot of scenes that the lighting isn't very good, but because once again, I think this is a theme throughout all of our movies. I suck at lighting. We suck at lighting shit. You don't suck at lighting. You actually lit Chef Lee really well, but me, I suck at lighting things. I am not good at like lighting at all, and so you can find a lot of my projects the lighting is pretty shitty. Like in Zombie Yop, I had to mess with the lighting there because the garage, there was sunlight coming into the garage and it cast a shadow and everything. That was something. And then in Against All Odds, it was all in a dark house, and a lot of it was just so dark, and I had to adjust all the the contrast and the brightness and all that, and it was really. It didn't even end up looking that good either, because there's a lines in screen. Anyone noticed that? I was really embarrassed whenever that would happen when I was showing it to the filmmakers, but they're all pretty understanding, and I was really happy about that. But yeah, no, that movie was just, I was so happy working on that movie and having my vision come true, and it was a serious project too, which is something that, I haven't done. We don't do a lot of serious projects. A lot of the projects are silly and funny, and bringing a more serious tone was really hard and really difficult, but I think we succeeded in the end. And like the whole concept for that movie, it originated from and I was working at Spirit Halloween. I just saw those masks that the killers, the main villains wear. I just saw those masks, and I'm like, that would look really good in like a trio of criminals. And I started thinking about, what can I use that in? And just slowly the ideas would come to me, like the idea of throwing someone over the stairwell banister, and the homeowner Morgan's a great guy. He does photography. Shout out to him and his photography. He's really good.
Dennis Morgan.
Yeah, but Morgan, the homeowner, when he gets hit in the back of the head with a crowbar, and then it just came together into a plot. And there actually was a big rewrite I had to do before our final day of shooting, because the scene that we were doing was the big dialogue scene, where all the characters get introduced, or at least the villains get introduced. And originally, that was like 4 pages of dialogue. Did you know that? Yeah. It was so long originally. Like there was going to be a lot of like monologuing and reasoning, like, I don't know if I can trust you, and stuff like that. And then I took a look at it, and I'm like, this is way too much. So I just shortened it down to something nice and sweet that I'm really proud of in the end. Yeah. Overall, I'm just so that was just the best thing I've ever made, and I showed it to a lot of people that loved it, and it's something I'm forever going to be proud of, and I'm always going to be trying to. That's the bar I've set for myself now, and so I'm going to be trying to surpass that bar now with the next things I make. By the way, there is a lot of sequel potential in Against All Odds, so be on the lookout for that. I've had some ideas in mind for sequels to that movie. So yeah, so our final tier list. It's, I guess, maybe we'll have it. I don't know. I really want a visual on screen, but I guess it's Debonair, Fed Up Part 2, Weekend at Mark's, Zombie Op, Chef Louie, and Against All Odds. And our 6 big budget movies. There's a lot of smaller projects that we've done on the channel as well. I mainly do all small. You should post more small projects on there. Like, you know how I post those short films on there sometimes, like the really short ones that I do, just randomly. You should do some of that. You should do that sometime. I think that it'd be nice to see your style on, because I feel like the channel. I think the channel is mostly me and like just a little bit of you. I think you need to post more smaller stuff to let your style shine through on there, because I want to see more from you. I don't want it to just be all me. Did the chicken nuggets kill you? Yeah, no, my digestive system isn't too much good either, so I think we're gonna have to end the video there, because both of us are now paying. We didn't even finish the 100 chicken nuggets, by the way. We're a bunch of phonies. Look, all those are still left, and we're gonna put that in an air fryer because we can't eat anymore. We stuffed ourselves full. I think we're gonna be in the toilets for a little bit after this, but thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for 100 subscribers, by the way.
Thank you so much.
We are so thankful that the channel is seeing all the success, and it really motivates us to want to keep making stuff for all of you. Why are you still eating? Why are you still eating? But anyways, thank you all so much for 100 subscribers, and thank you for watching our content. And there's going to be more on the horizon, so be on the lookout for that. And I guess this is Colin and Andrew of Freshman Productions. What is our outro? Signing off.
You don't need to.
Bye.